Did you know that using 2 feet while driving can quietly put your Honda transmission at risk? And that's just one of several everyday habits that seem harmless, but slowly add up to serious damage over time. So here are 7 things you should never do in an automatic Honda if you actually want it to last long. Number 1. Using the wrong transmission fluid. After taking your Honda in for service, the mechanic says it's done, and you just trust the process. After all, fluid is fluid, right? In most cars, that assumption might not hurt immediately. But in a Honda, especially one with a CVT, this is where things quietly go very wrong. But if the car still drives after a fluid change, how bad can it really be? Can the wrong fluid actually destroy a transmission that quickly? Or is that just overreaction? The reality is, Honda CVTs are extremely sensitive to the exact type of fluid they use. They're designed to work specifically with fluids like HCF2 or HMMF, which have very precise friction and viscosity properties. A CVT doesn't use traditional gears. Instead, it has a steel belt that runs between pulleys, constantly adjusting to control speed. That entire system depends on the fluid to create just the right amount of grip and lubrication at the same time. When the wrong fluid goes in, even something labeled universal CVT compatible or regular automatic transmission fluid, that balance is completely thrown off. So even if the car feels okay for a short time, the damage is already happening underneath. In many cases, this leads to full transmission failure. And replacing a CVT isn't cheap. So if you ever add the wrong fluid, the safest move isn't to keep driving. The car should not be driven at all. It needs to be flushed properly before that internal damage gets worse. Still, the only real solution is always use the exact Honda-specified CVT fluid, the exact type recommended for your model. And always double-check what actually went into your car. And if something as simple as fluid can completely change how your transmission behaves, the next one is even more surprising. Number 2, doing high-pressure transmission flushes. This one sounds like good maintenance. You walk into a shop and they offer a full transmission flush. New fluid pushed through the system, old fluid completely removed, so you assume that you're doing something extra to protect your Honda. And that's exactly why so many people agree to it without a second thought. But there's a twist though. When something feels like an upgrade over basic maintenance, so many Honda technicians quietly avoid recommending it. Ask why? Because the issue comes down to how these flushes are actually done. A high-pressure machine forces new fluid through the transmission system, often at pressures much higher than what the system normally experiences. Transmissions naturally build up tiny amounts of debris, metal particles, and residue. These settle in less sensitive areas or stay suspended in the fluid without causing immediate harm. But when you use a high-pressure flush, that's where problems begin. That pressure can dislodge all that built-up material at once and push it into narrow passages, solenoids, and valve body channels. These are extremely precise components responsible for controlling fluid flow and gear behavior. There's also a warning sign many people ignore. If you ever see the drive light flashing on your dashboard, that's not a minor glitch. It often signals overheating, fluid issues, or internal faults. And in some cases, problems like these start showing up right after improper servicing. The safer approach is simple. Just stick to the method your car was designed for. Now, while this mistake happens in the workshop, there's one that starts the moment your car isn't rolling on all 4 tires the way it's supposed to. Number 3, driving too long on a spare tire. Moving on to the next one, this is something people don't even think twice about. Driving too long on a spare tire can be temporary and harmless, almost like the car can handle it without any real consequences. Yet the moment you keep driving on that spare like it's a normal tire, the entire system starts working against itself in ways you don't feel right away. What's actually happening is most spare tires, especially the small space-saver ones, are not the same size as your regular tires. They're smaller, lighter, and designed only for short-distance use. That size difference creates a serious imbalance. In Honda's front-wheel drive models, the transmission and differential constantly monitor wheel speeds. When one tire is smaller, it rotates faster than the others, even when you're driving straight. To the system, this feels like the car is permanently turning. So the transmission is forced to compensate non-stop, constantly adjusting power unevenly between the wheels. And unlike a quick turn or corner, this doesn't stop. It just keeps going the entire time you're driving. Then there's the electronics. Modern Hondas rely heavily on wheel speed data for systems like traction control and ABS. A mismatched tire can confuse these systems, causing unnecessary corrections and reduced stability without any clear warning. And while all of this is happening inside, the spare tire itself isn't built to handle long distances. It has thinner material, less grip, and heats up much faster, especially at higher speeds. So now you're dealing with two risks at once: internal drivetrain stress and external safety compromise. That's why spare tires come with strict limits. They're meant to get you to a repair shop, not to replace your regular tire for daily driving. The longer you ignore that, the more pressure you're putting on systems that were never designed for it. However, some habits don't rely on parts or repairs at all. They come purely from how you drive. Number 4, using 2 feet while driving. Do you put your one foot on the accelerator and the other on the brake? As if switching between both like it just feels more controlled? If that's your habit, your Honda's transmission and braking system are quietly taking the hit. When you drive with 2 feet, there's a high chance you're slightly pressing the brake pedal even when you don't intend to. It's called riding the brake. That light, constant pressure creates resistance against the car's movement. So now your engine is trying to push the car forward while your brakes are slightly holding it back at the same time. But the real problem isn't just wear. It shows up when you need control the most. It gets even worse because pressing both pedals together can confuse the car's system. The engine is trying to move forward while the brakes are trying to stop it, which reduces efficiency and control in a critical moment. That's why standard driving practice is simple. Your right foot moves between accelerator and brake, while your left foot stays out of the equation. But even if your feet are doing everything right, there's another habit that happens the most in everyday traffic. Now hold up for a second. Before we move on, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get back to it. Number 5, constant creeping in heavy traffic. Now this one is something almost every driver does daily without even thinking about it. After getting stuck in traffic, cars barely move, and instead of fully stopping, you just ease off the brake and let the car slowly crawl forward. It feels exactly how an automatic car is supposed to behave. So if your Honda is literally designed to move like this, how does something so normal slowly turn into a heat problem inside the transmission? The key here is not the action, it's the duration. Creeping for a few seconds is completely fine. Your Honda's transmission is built to handle that. But in heavy traffic where you're crawling continuously for long periods, something different starts happening inside. The transmission never fully engages and never fully rests. It stays in a constant state of partial engagement, where internal components are slipping just enough to keep the car moving slowly. That slipping generates heat. Normally, airflow and proper driving conditions help keep temperatures under control. But in slow traffic, there's very little airflow, and the system doesn't get a break. So the heat starts building up gradually. And you won't notice it immediately. Then that repeated heat buildup begins to break down the transmission fluid. Once the fluid loses its effectiveness, it can't lubricate or cool properly anymore. That's when you start getting sluggish responses, rough behavior, or in extreme cases, overheating warnings. The smarter way to handle traffic is simple. Instead of constantly creeping, let a small gap form, then move forward smoothly and stop again. It gives the transmission short breaks instead of keeping it under continuous load. Still, heat builds over time, but the next mistake creates stress instantly, especially when the car hasn't even finished one movement before you force the next. Number 6, shifting gears without fully stopping. Are you one of those who quickly shifts from reverse to drive, or drive to reverse, without fully stopping the car, just to save a second or two? That smoothness is exactly what makes this habit dangerous. Inside your Honda's transmission, things are still in motion when you do this. When the car is rolling backward and you suddenly shift into drive, the entire system is forced to instantly reverse direction. That's not a gentle transition. It puts a sudden shock on internal components like clutch packs, gears, and the drivetrain. This creates serious internal stress. And trust me, repairs here are not small. Transmission work can easily run into thousands of dollars. Even though modern Hondas have electronic safeguards, they are not designed to handle this kind of repeated abuse. They might delay the shift slightly, but they can't completely eliminate the stress you're causing. So never forget to bring the car to a complete stop before shifting between reverse and drive. Let the wheels fully stop moving, then change the gear. It's a small habit shift, but it prevents a lot of unnecessary internal strain that builds up over time. But there's one last mistake that doesn't look aggressive at all, yet it slowly affects how your transmission responds every time you press the pedal. Number 7, sudden throttle inputs and jerky acceleration. And for the last one, this is something almost everyone does without thinking twice. When people are in a hurry, they press the accelerator harder than usual. Sometimes it's quick bursts, sometimes it's just uneven pressure while driving. But when those quick, sudden inputs feel completely harmless from the driver's seat, what are they actually forcing your transmission to handle every single time? Every time you press the accelerator hard and suddenly, your Honda's transmission has to react instantly. Like I said, the system uses a belt and pulleys to adjust ratios smoothly. But when you slam the gas, that smooth adjustment turns into a rapid, high-pressure response. The belt grips harder, the pulleys adjust aggressively, and all of this generates extra friction and heat in a very short time. It's not designed for repeated shock like that. This leads to increased wear, fluid breakdown, and early transmission problems. The damage doesn't show up immediately, but it builds with every harsh input. Even in regular automatics, sudden acceleration creates pressure on clutch packs and internal components. The transmission has to manage a spike in power instantly instead of gradually, which reduces its long-term durability. So, always let the transmission adjust naturally. It keeps temperatures lower, reduces wear, and helps the entire system last longer. Honestly, small habits like these don't feel serious at the moment, but over time, they decide whether your transmission lasts years or fails when you least expect it. So, which one of these have you been doing without even realizing it? And more importantly, which one are you actually going to stop after this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if this video helped you think differently about saving money with your vehicle, hit that subscribe button.